So, BLord has been granted bail. He was granted bail today by the Federal High Court. Siba, you see in this life, don't make mouth. The people that make mouth, there's an Igbo adage that says, "Nketa na agbo oja ana ata ata." What does it mean? It means dog that barks too much doesn't bite. You see how VDM was always daring Sowore that if Sowore knows who he is, let him bring out BLord from the prison that he has put him in. He was talking with so much confidence that nobody can bring out BLord just because he was the one that put him there. Sowore that has been bringing people out, even VDM himself that is talking. When he was arrested, Sowore made every possible move to bring him out. Is who he was challenging. Somebody that does this as a living, as something he does for a living. Bringing people out of prison. If he hears that you are being oppressed, he goes after you. Now, all the unmasking of Sowore that he's doing, I didn't actually know to what end. Of course, we got some information from that and all that. But to what end was he doing all those unmasking or exposing? Because I've done a video about him exposing Sowore. To what end? You have somebody you are trying to, prosecute. BLord, you said he committed an offense against you. You are a nominal complainant. You write to the police. The police invited him. He didn't go. He was arrested. He was charged to court. He was now remanded. And it is just remand, though. Remand. And you are saying that you put him in prison. Remand is just go and stay here small until we, one or two things happens. And you are boasting that you put him in prison. I wouldn't know if I would say, is it ignorance? See that the lawyers did not tell him that this remand is not that he will be here forever. You're boasting that you put him in jail. Well, Sowore carried the matter on his head. Went to court. They have gone to court today, and he has been granted bail. And the conditions are not even. He was granted bail on self-recognizance. Now, for those of you that don't know what self-recognizance is, normally when they grant somebody bail, they will tell the person to bring shorty. The shorty must be resident in Abuja. The shorty must be this. The shorty must have landed property. The shorty must have done his tax clearance for like 3 years and above. The shorty must have like 5 million in his account. Blah, 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 blah. But he was giving bail on self-recognizance, meaning he doesn't need to bring shorty. Him himself is enough shorty to shorty himself. What bail condition is more liberal than that? But the only thing is that he had to submit his passport, his Nigerian passport, so that he will not, leave the country. But then he has been granted bail. So we await the next video of VDM. Let us see what he has to say. Let us see what VDM has to say. As far as an offense is a bailable offense, as far as this offense is a bailable offense, you did not buy anybody. You did not. It is not that you are trying to overthrow the government. It is not treason. It is not punishable by death. It's not a capital offense. As long as it is bailable, you shouldn't be happy that you have remanded somebody inside prison custody. You shouldn't even be happy that you called police for somebody. Because if you call police for somebody and they go to court, the court can still grant bail. And now, VDM and his fellow Ratel, I don't know the eye they will use. Because, VDM was threatening, well, not threatening, daring Sowore that if he knows he's a man, if he knows he's Sowore, he should go and remove him from. He has gone to remove him from the prison. Let us see his next video. I know he will be disappointed, because if this thing had gone another way, it would have been a problem. He would have come out to boast and say Sowore did nothing and cannot do anything. Anyway, I must commend Sowore. Sowore has been in the forefront of fighting these things, fighting oppression. As long as he knows that maybe they are using state authority, state resources to come against you, he comes up and he fights for you. Especially if he knows that you are being oppressed by maybe a big man or a politician. But this one, of course, is the other way around. This is a big man being oppressed by a son of a nobody, as he will call himself. But he still comes in because this is purely a civil matter that ordinarily you are not supposed to even go to court, to the criminal court. Yes, even though, yes, it is an offense. There is how you can twist it to be an offense. But this is somebody is using your picture without your consent. You can just sue the person under infringement of copyright or, your trademark or something. but he preferred to do it the criminal way. If he had even sued him in the civil aspect, he would have probably gotten money, big money from BLord. The court would have ordered him to pay damages for using his face without his consent. But he did not do that. He wanted the criminal aspect. Which, of course, in the criminal aspect, you must have to prove beyond reasonable doubt all the elements of the particular offense, which probably he might not even be able to do. That is the prosecution. Because it is the prosecution that is proving these things, not VDM or VDM's lawyer. Anyway, VDM's lawyer could collect fiat in order to prosecute. But the prosecution has a lot of work to do in the criminal aspect. While in the civil aspect, you just have to prove on the balance of probability. Just bring evidence that he has done this, he has done that. But the court will say, okay, since he did this without your consent, or yeah, pay him damages. 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, 100 million, depending on the court's discretion. So, as the time progresses or as the time goes on, we'll be bringing in more news for you. Let us await what VDM will say. I will meet you after VDM drops his own video. Peace.